it's Jessica and welcome to Night Class, a vampire story. So I haven't played a vampire visual novel in a while. The last one was Red Embrace Hollywood. But since that game isn't gonna come out for a while, I figured I'd fill in the roles with another vampire otome dating sim visual. I don't know what this is. Anyway, the description of this game says Rowan's life is in a bit of a dead end. To pick up her spirits and make her feel more in control, she enrolls in a local night class. I don't know why that would make you feel better. Usually I would just go do something else, but whatever, teach their own, right? There she meets Jake and Aaron, a pair of brothers, but Jake and Aaron are more than they appear. Ooh, so is this like, what's that show called? Vampire Diaries or something like that? I never really watched that show, so I don't exactly know what that's about. I just know there's brothers, or if you're into the Twilight thing, there you go. Anyway, before we continue, if you guys would like to grab the game yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. It is free to play. So far, the reason why I clicked it was because the art style is very appealing. I'm into vampires, and then maybe this could be like a quick, short little dating sim that'll be fun. So, let's get started. Okay, here we go. My name is Rowan Sheridan. I'm 23. I look younger and feel older. You look like you're 12, girl, with some okay, I'm not gonna make any comments about that, but she looks way younger than 23. I try to be friendly and cheerful to everyone I meet. You never know whose day you might be salvaging from misery with a smile and a kind word after all. Oh, she's a sweetheart. Oh, that's nice. You never know who might secretly be so miserable that they want to curl up and die. Wow, this got dark within like 5 seconds. I mean, you wouldn't just guess from looking at me that I feel hollow and numb inside, right? Oh wow, this got really dark, so she's depressed. Yikes, okay. Or that one day recently I woke up and realized that nothing in my life made me happy anymore. Girl, you need to go to a doctor. But it's true. I spent so many hours at my dead-end job, and I lost touch with my friends. I was kind of a rebel when I was younger, so I never got much in the way of education. I don't have any talents or interesting hobbies. I've always just let my life happen to me, instead of taking control over things. I just don't really understand the point of getting interested in anything. The ironic thing is that the only strong emotion I can manage to, is hating how apathetic I am. I think there's a condition for that, for people who don't experience certain emotions. Is that again, I'm not a freaking doctor or anything, I'm not trying to diagnose this fictional character, but I think that has to be on the lines of sociopathic tendencies. I think it is, I don't know. I wish I felt more alive. I wish I felt more connected to the world. So when I saw an ad for night classes at the local community college, I decided to give it a shot. Maybe if I feel less like an ignorant idiot, it'll be easier to fix some of the other things wrong with me. I'm not exactly making the most auspicious start in my life changes, though. I'm already running late. I guess the plus side is feeling numb all the times that I don't feel particularly panicky about being late. I mean, I guess that's one plus. Not that I feel enough to appreciate the fact, obviously. Taking a deep breath, I tell myself to stop being caught up in my thoughts and face this new challenge with as much enthusiasm as I can dredge up from the inside of my sluggish heart. Why is this so dark? I really did not expect this game to be so dark. When you're first looking at it, it looks like an adorable, cute game, right? Man, this looks can be deceiving. A study group about marketing isn't exactly my natural habitat, but that's sort of why I'm here. Business subjects are supposed to help you think strategically about how to get what you want, right? I could use some of that. I'm the last one to arrive, so there aren't many seats left. The other students seem like they're pretty energetic, electric group. I wind up taking an empty seat at the table where two guys are sitting. Uh-oh, it's the brothers. Oh god, I gotta give them both. Which one is Jake and which one's Aaron? I don't know which is who. Okay, well, I'm gonna give them some voices. Hey, I'm Jake. This is my brother Aaron. I'm Rowan. Pleased to meet you. He looks like he's probably about the same age as I am. His brother is shorter and slightly than he is, barely looks old enough to be in college. He could probably pass for a high schooler if he had the inclination. I've never understood why adults go undercover at high schools in so many movies, though. Who would voluntarily go back to high school after escaping it? Oh, that's kind of true. I say so many movies when really I can only think of 2, maybe 3. It just feels like a lot because it's such a stupid idea. Obviously, I'm not exactly giving the class discussion 100% of my attention. That is until Aaron hijacks the conversation. Oh, I'm wrong. This is Aaron and the other one's Jake. Okay. What voice did I give him? Did I give him? I'm gonna give the short one a deep voice. It's not just about making a product seems like an appealing or useful thing to own. People can get a million appealing, useful things. What you need to do is convince them that what you're selling is going to get them closer to being the person they imagine themselves to be. I don't know if that's true. People are pretty savvy. They can spell when they're being manipulated like that. I don't think anyone really believes that using some brand of phone as James Bond makes you sexier and stuff. Wait, what kind of class are we taking? Like a marketing class? Selling a few million phones because you put an actor in tuxedo in your commercial is hardly revolutionary. Talking about truly inspired work. Care to give me an example? Edward Benares. Who are these people? Back then most men smoked, but almost no women did. The American Tobacco Association wanted women to start smoking. They were missing half of the potential market after all. So Benares hired a group of fashionable young women to join the suffrageted marches and to smoke while they did. He had them talk about their cigarettes as of torches of freedom. And here we are, a century later, and the whole world knows that if you want a woman to look rebellious and powerful, you put a cigarette in her hand. That's kind of true. If you look at, like, ads and stuff, like, even, like, in movies and stuff, the bad girl is usually the one who smokes and crap like that. What Benares did was nothing short of a work of art. I know marketing isn't exactly known for its moral purity, but that's pretty appalling. I don't think it's okay to sound so reverent about manipulating billions of people into doing something that kills them. Don't sound so self-righteous. If the other girls thought they were joining in the holding up torches of freedom and they were happy, then everyone wins, don't they? This guy's kind of cynical. I think she means that if it's too fair to trick people into... Nobody wins. It's not a fucking game. Whoa! Edgy! Sure, if you say so. That's the first of several sniping matches Aaron and I have before class is over. Sometimes Jake tries to settle things down, but it doesn't really work. By the time we fell over the library and half an hour later, the only thing I learned for sure is that I still have more of a temper than I thought. Turns out the cure to apathy is really being annoyed at someone, I guess. I'm about to walk to the train station to head home when I hear raised voices from nearby. You can't just forget to eat lunch and dinner, you goddamn idiot! If I hadn't been here, you'd have collapsed right here on the sidewalk. Come on, we'll get you some burger or something right now. I'm fine, honestly, I'm not even hungry, let's just go home! Shut up, we're going for burgers. No, really, I don't! He doesn't sound happy about being bullied into eating food he doesn't want. Okay, to be honest, I might just be looking for a reason to get on Aaron's case. To say the guy rubs me the wrong way is putting it mildly. Everything okay? Fuck off! What? What is this game? Why is this writing so weird? Okay, no offense, I really didn't think the writing would be this kind of odd. Like... the flow of it is just so... Aaron! Whatever, I'll see you at home. Is this guy trying to be tsundere? Like, who are you right now? He stalks off, leaving me and Jake alone. Much as I hate to admit it, Aaron had a point. Jake looks pretty beat. Well, at least now we're outside, I can have a smoke! Oh, sorry! Is that okay? It's fine. I'm an occasional smoker myself, or at least I was back when I had a social life worth mentioning. I know it's unhealthy, but everything can kill you sooner or later. Phones can give you cancer, skipping the cryptic crossword leads to a dementia, even smoke alarms give off a radiation. I know it's gross, I just figured that if I don't die of some random super flu, then carbs will get me, or Y2K, or whatever, you know? I think you're safer from Y2K. Y2K was like from 1999. But yeah, I know. Give me one of those. We begin wandering down the street together. Oh shit! I'm an after-school special the Ninja Turtles warned us about. I didn't mean to peer pressure you into drugs. Okay. Jake's a little bit okay. I still don't understand what is happening in the story, but he's okay. We've only had one class together. We're hardly peers yet. I don't even know for sure if I'm going to enroll in this one for real. You should! You were the only one there tonight who kept up with Aaron! He's not really an asshole, not much as he seems like. Whoa, okay. Alright, smoking it up, 420, alright, he hands me a cigarette and then clicks the flame back onto his lighter and holds it up for me. Actually, I take that back. He's that much of an asshole. There wasn't a week that went by when we were kids that he didn't get into a brawl with someone who had been pushed too far. A lot of the times, that someone was me, in fact. God, we hated each other. You seem to get along pretty well now. Yeah, well, you never see Lilo and Stitch movie? The one with the alien? Yeah, sure. We're kind of like the siblings in that. Our parents died and some other messed up stuff happened, so we don't get to argue and fight like regular brothers. Okay, this is so weird. Can you imagine telling your life story to someone you just met like 2 hours ago? I just feel like this whole, solidarity and all that, it's a hell of a lot of work. I know, I only just met you guys, but it seems to me like you're doing pretty good at a job of it. If I had a little brother like Aaron, I don't think I could manage to keep him, my calm like you do. Haha! Oh man, no, Aaron's not my little brother! He's 4 years older than I am! He was attacked by a vampire when he was 20. Luckily, he didn't die from his injuries. What? By the way, there are vampires here, just in case you didn't know, Rowan, and my brother was attacked by one. Don't you sound like a crazy person? Oh my god. Unluckily, the reason he survived was becoming the vampire. Unluckily, the reason he survived was because the vampire made Aaron into one too. Now he doesn't age. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have assumed. Are like vampires just like normal in this world or something? Nah, it's cool. He gets huffy if he hears people getting it wrong, but I tell him that it's his own fault for acting like such a brat. Well, this is my place. You can shortcut the train station if you go down the block and go to the left. It was nice to meet you, Rowan. I hope you decide to stick with the class. Thanks, Jake. I'll see you around. What a weird story this is. Even though it's only been one lesson so far, and the lesson in the question was mostly spent arguing with a jerk, I'm already feeling so much happier since I started night class. I'm finally starting to feel like an adult. I keep thinking about what Jake said, and about what Aaron's older than he looks. The two of us have that in common, although in my case, it's just because I got a baby face. I've never met a vampire before, not that I'm aware of anyway. Well, you just met one, did you not, Aaron? But then again, I wouldn't have guessed that Aaron was one, except that Jake told me. So maybe I met other vampires in the past and just never known? Anyway, vampire or human or whatever, it makes no difference to me. Aaron gets on my nerves because of his personality, not because of what he is. Jake is a lot nicer to spend time with than his brother. So I'm not sure why I find myself thinking of both of them in equal amounts, considering how different my feelings are between them. It's been a week now since the first class. I'm aware of how dorky this sounds to even think, but just deciding to stick with it made me feel more confident. Like I'm on the right track for being a more deliberate and controlled person. I'm in a pretty good mood. I brought that one on myself. You didn't seem to enjoy our conversation last week. I figured I'd drive you away. I'm surprised to see you back. Don't flatter yourself. My brother's not coming tonight. He caught a bad cold, standing around outside at night smoking. Don't flatter me either. He did that because he wanted to, not because I made him do it. He didn't even accuse you of making him smoke, girl. Why are you coming without these accusations, man? I think people should be able to make their own choices about their lives without someone else manipulating them for an agenda. The class discussion for the evening is pretty interesting. It's about press releases and advertiser roles? What? And advertiser roles and difference between them, and about leveraging free media at time and space by creating compelling narratives around a project. All this is new information for me, so I listen intently as other people talk over it. And then, of course, comes the inevitable introduction. What about astrophoring? Since mainstream media is relevant now, it seems a better use for our time is to talk about the different ways to position products in social media feeds a potential customer. We're still calling it astroturfing, are we? Little euphemistic there. As usual, I have no idea what you mean, since the term isn't in euphemism. Astroturfing mimics grassroots involvement by creating soft puppet fans to infiltrate discussions and talk about the product. It's a descriptive name. This guy is so annoying, I hate him! We live in the age of Russian bot farms and international incidents based on fake news, Aaron. It's insidious, nasty propaganda. It's no different from the crowd that you talked about the last time, just a different medium. You're contradicting yourself. First you claim it's a modern contemporary phenomenon, then you say it's no different behavior from a century ago. And regardless of how you want to interpret the situation, it's still better than the alternative. What possible options do you have left in the moral high ground? Why is this so like, dude, we're in a night class for marketing. You don't need to get all like fucking like, oh my god. Putting up a page with gives away free soda and branded merch if they click the like button. Outright paying for advertising space on their fee? Sure, why not? Analytical target advertising pretty significantly these days. You can't reach the exact audience like most likely to respond to what you're offering. Shoving it under their noses isn't gonna make them love it though. That's your fault for having a shitty product to promote then. Maybe marketing was a bad call after all. That guy brings out the nasty side of me. Every time he opens his mouth, I just want to prove him wrong and make him back down until he surrenders. It seems like he feels pretty much the same about me too. Maybe it's because he's a vampire. I don't want the stereotype, but maybe being a subconscious power hierarchy thing. Why is this game so weird? He saw me making friends with his brother, and now he has to put me in his place before I get too close. Not that no, that can't be it. We were already arguing before I ever properly talked to Jake. I guess we were just hate at first sight without any special reason. I don't want to be the person he goads me into being. I refuse to be that kind of person. You're already like, oh god. Hey, wait a sec. What? I just wanted to apologize for getting so heated in class. Of course you did. Do you know why? What? You decided to apologize to me because of a way to be more like the person you imagine yourself of being. You're a suffragette with a cigarette, a kid on a message board nodding along with a planted post. You apologized because I steered you into wanting to apologize, and you had no idea, the idea didn't occur to you naturally as a part of your instinct self. What does this guy want to do, like mind control stuff with us or something? I don't get it. You're a pretty pathetic magician if you can't restrain yourself from revealing how the trick is done before you're even finished performing it. What makes you think that it's a trick? Maybe that's a misdirection. What is what is happening in this game? He steps forward into my personal space, moving so fast that I simply try to retreat, but there's nowhere for me to go. The back of my head thuds against the wall behind me. The impact clicks my teeth together, and I feel a hard sting as I bite the inside of my cheek. Ah! I slap him hard, my palm striking his cheekbones. His skin is cool and smooth, softer than I imagined. I can't tell that it'll be bruised. At least it would be on a human. I don't know for certain for vampires. That's more like it. Some real anger for a change, instead of cranky moral postering. Whoa, is this guy into like... You into like slapping, dude? Is this... What is going on? You're not nearly as clever as you think you are, Aaron. And you're not nearly as nice, Rowan. His mouth is so close to mine that I can feel the coolness of his breath against the kind of my cheek. Where is this story going? At first it's just like, I hate this guy. And like, I get, like, you know, the dynamic with tsunderes and stuff like that. But like, it doesn't go like this, you know what I mean? It doesn't, there's no chemistry here. It's just two people who are freaking annoying arguing with each other. I didn't know that vampires breathe. His breath smells like peppermint. Yo, everybody, vampires smell like peppermint now, so if you're gonna make out with one, just keep that in mind. A sudden wave of desire hits me so hard that it's like another shove, and I almost gasp at the impact. His eyes burn into me. I can feel like he can see every part of me, every string that he can pull to manipulate me just the way he wants. See you next week. He's gone before I can even get a breath back enough to push away from the wall. The taste of blood in my cheeks from my tongue the whole way home. What the hell was that? What is this game? The week drags on endlessly, but eventually it's marketing night again. I have to admit, the problems this class is throwing my way are not as the difficulties I expected to be having when I signed up for it. My imagined semester had a lot less wake up in the middle of the night feeling angry after a sex dream in it than the reality has turned out to have. What are you talking about, Rowan? Hey again! You owe me, dude. You sweet-talked me into taking this class, and then you aren't even here the first week after I signed up. Are you feeling better now? Yeah, I'm fine now. I just have a weak constitution. That must suck. Glad to have you back. Oh, good. I was worried that... As much as I like to hear whatever witty insult you've spent the week polishing to perfection, I actually wouldn't at all. So shut the fuck up. I don't need to say a word. You don't have to work, you don't have to... You do my work for me so effortlessly. Glad to see I didn't miss the part where you two learned the value of friendship. I guess it's still coming up. We're doing the history of marketing tonight rather than more practical stuff. Hopefully it will lift Aaron's mood from the violent to tolerable, since he's into all that creepy manipulative shit. Jake's sitting beside me again, with Aaron on the other side. I really need to buy a textbook of my own instead of just looking at Jake's. I glanced up from my notes at Jake's choked off gas. He's already turning the page over in the textbook, so I only get the merest glimpse of what he's looking at. It's a photo of a bunch of real madmen from the 1950s, and advertising here is like, hey, Mad Men, I like that show, because John Hamm's pretty good. Like the TV show, but without devastatingly beautiful people playing all the roles. Yeah, it's true. One of the people in the photo stands out, his face more than striking enough to have stepped straight out of Hollywood set. He's far the youngest person in the photograph, too, even though he's clearly an executive. It's Aaron! Oh, shit! Jake's at the door as soon as the class is over. Aaron's hot on his heels. A part of me wants to stay out of it. It's not really my business, but I like Jake a lot, and while my feelings for Aaron are certainly strong, whatever else they might be. Follow them! Let's just creep on the vampires! The hell is going on? Shh, you have to shh, please, just... What the... Jake, you have to forget it, please, shh. Jake, you felt sick during class and we had to leave. Come on, we're going home now. Huh? Aaron, what's... It doesn't matter, don't worry, let's go home. Aaron leads a plaintive dazed Jake off into the direction of their apartment. I'm following them before I even think about it. It's a good thing I walked this way with Jake the night we met, because I lose sight of the two of them almost as soon as we get to leave the street near the campus. Aaron being faster than a human isn't a surprise, of course, but Jake? Something is very weird is going on. So is Jake a vampire too, or what? I mean, he's drinking his brother's blood, so I assume, yeah? I go up to their apartment door and knock. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, Rowan! Sorry I couldn't stick around for the end of class. I guess I'm not recovered from last week as I thought. Talk to Jake in private, talk to Aaron in private. Okay, we're gonna go with Jake first, because he's tolerable, you know? So let's go with Jake. Something weird is going on. I think Aaron's manipulating you. Oh man, you're really worried about me, aren't you? I'm sure it's no big deal. I trust him. Even if something is going on that seems sketchy, his motives are going to be in the right place. You'll see. You always say that at first. What the fuck? Do you even know the word private means, asshole? What do you mean at first? When your humanity is at the fore and you react like that, but no matter how much you mean it, things will always fall apart sooner or later. I never get used to it. You break my heart every time. What is going on? Because the minute the monster in you wakes up, it does it the best to murder me. Half of you loves and trusts me, and the other side of you wants me annihilated. It repeats over and over. I don't understand what you're saying. I think I do. Jake's a vampire too, isn't he? And you aren't letting him remember it. You take the memory away whenever he works it out. I guess you're not as stupid as you look. There's a knife block on the countertop. Aaron grabs one of the protruding handles faster than the eye can track his movements, and there's a deep gash on the side of my neck. From the blade before I can move out of range of his strike. Wait, did he slash my neck open? I clap my hand over the wound and begin to bleed immediately, a thick ethereal flow. I didn't want this to happen. Jake grabs me, wrenching my arm away from this cut, his mouth latching onto, gulping down, sucking hard. I've never felt anything like this before. What the Aaron looks incredibly unhappy as he watches us. This has happened a dozen times. After long enough with it, without happening again, I start to use it, I used to start to kid myself. I used to tell myself I found a way to break the cycle, but I never had. I feel dizzy from the shock and blood loss. My head is swimming. Now I think there's probably no way to stop it from happening no matter what. Sooner or later, my beloved brother learns that he's a vampire. Oh. Sooner or later, my beloved brother learns that he's a vampire, and all the love between us vanishes. He tries to kill me. I can make him forget. I can hold it off for a few years, 20, maybe even 30 if I'm lucky. But eventually he remembers it too strongly and keeps the instincts for long enough to make a proper attempt at my life. And then I have to kill him completely. I'm trying to listen, but Aaron's words make no sense to me. Kill Jake completely? What does he mean? Kill him, like murder him, because he has to die. I have to kill him and find another. Someone to take care of, who stays close to me. Why? I've lost everything else. I can't lose being a big brother. There's nothing else left. What'd you say? I didn't hear. I'm sorry. Shh, it doesn't matter now. Everything's alright. What just happened? Aaron hasn't stopped talking for hours now. Soft sentences over and over. Telling me about our childhood. How hard it was to lose our parents. How we've tried to look after one another ever since. How lucky we are to have each other. What do you mean, we? What? I feel disoriented and strange. Almost afraid. Aaron just strokes my hair and I close my eyes. My mouth is full of sweet coppery taste. What is going on? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if things feel weird right now. I trust my brother to look after me. What? Okay, so that was a really weird visual novel. I don't know. There's actually more endings if you guys are interested. There's one for Jake. There's one for Rowan. I just got Aaron's ending, but I don't think I want to continue this because this was kind of weird. But if you guys want to check out the game yourself, like I said earlier, it's in the description. You can download it for free and play it for free. And let me know how the other endings were. This is really weird. I don't know. Anyway, if you guys like this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you know when I upload the next video. I don't know what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! Do I actually want to skip this ad? I don't know what's happening though. What the fuck is going on? Why is this man dancing though? Sick moves, bro. Allies to the main characters. These powerful beasts are known as summons. They are extraordinary beings that can be called into battle by their summoner. They are also depicted as